All right, now I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm hungover. I don't have time for y'all shit, but I wanted to go ahead and comment a little bit on some things that's going on with Bryan Kohberger. Guys, I'm JB This is Crime Time. Blah 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 blah. Let's do it.
Bring it back.
Yeah. What's going on? It's JB Gunner, blah, 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 blah. Y'all know the deal. If y'all want to support the channel, links down below. Couldn't do it without y'all, the Gun Squad, blah, 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 blah. All right, y'all know the fucking deal. Let's go ahead and jump right in to what we are talking about, because what we're actually talking about here today is, we got some body cam footage, and of course all these fucking weirdos and pussies in the true crime community are going fucking haywire about it as if it's a big fucking deal. And then we got Banfield and the rest of these fucking jabronis sitting here lying about a locker in Bryan Kohberger's in his apartment that he didn't even have access to. Now, there is 166 pages of DNA evidence that was things regarding the search warrant and thing like that has been released. Now, I've only had a chance to go over it because I've been drinking and whoring. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to this, and I will get to that information sometime this weekend. If you don't like it, go watch another channel. If you do like it, wait till I give you the shit. Either way, I don't really give a fuck. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start this thing off by taking a look at this raggedy bitch, Ashley Banfield, and what she's got to say about Bryan Kohberger getting pulled over. There is a new traffic ticket. This is the traffic ticket that he had a month before the murders, and we're going to take a look at that. Then there's also video of a Kohberger apartment search, and of course Banfield rants and raves about why would he have a locked door. Bitch, he didn't even have access to it, and the police report clearly shows it. Like, these people are dumb people. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you the shit myself. Hold on. I'm not going to click on your message, Sleuthy. Yeah, I've been sliding into Sleuthy's DMs for sure. For sure. Anyway, let's go. Anyway, love you, baby. No, we don't talk like that. Stop it. Stop it. I'm trying to be a whore, but she's strictly professional. You guys know the deal. But anyway, I believe it was Sleuthy's shit right here. Right here, exactly. Bryan Kohberger's bedroom wasn't locked. The empty bedroom in his 2-bedroom apartment was locked by WSU Housing. ISP Forensics is there, processed the entire goddamn apartment, including the evidence collection. So why did the evidence go to WSU PD instead of straight to ISP? The bottom line is, they had this written warrant, Kohberger presented. But the truth of this is that locked closet. Oh, damn, you guys can't even see it. Y'all can't even see it. That locked, anyway, there it is, right there. That locked closet, it was literally locked by WSU Housing, not by Kohberger. Just so you guys know. Anyway, so y'all weren't even seeing all that shit the whole time. Shows you how fucking hungover I am. I'm not even doing my job right. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to this. The traffic ticket, the traffic stop. Let's roll it.
I want you to just keep it back of your mind the attitude of Bryan Kohberger and what his colleague said last night, that he seemed to always want to be the smartest person in the room, as you listen to how this traffic stop went down.
Did you ever think that maybe it's because Bryan Kohberger is the smartest motherfucker in the room? For God's sakes, man. He's got a master's and a PhD, and he was going for his PhD. Did you ever think that maybe, you stupid bitch, that Bryan Kohberger is the smartest motherfucker in the room? Maybe. Did you ever think that maybe that's possible? And by the way, I think I'm the smartest motherfucker in the room, too. Doesn't mean I'm killing chicks in the middle of the night. I mean, I am, but a different kind of killing.
Hello, I am Officer Loangus. Stops being audio and video recorded. I think you know why I stopped you. You ran the red light.
What actually happened was I was stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah,
so
I was behind you the whole time. Yeah. So technically you're not supposed to enter the intersection at all for that reason, because if the light turns red, then you're stuck in the intersection, and then you run the red light. So that's the reason I stopped you. Do you have your license on you?
Yep.
By the way, old Tyler Feller and all these people are saying, look how disrespectful Bryan Kohberger was. No, motherfucker, you pull me over, and I think I'm first thing I'm gonna try to do is defend what the fuck I'm saying. You know, y'all know I listen to Harsh Reality. Harsh Reality is a good dude, but Harsh Reality is like, even Harsh said some shit like that. He's like, I just would have said yes, ma'am, and took my ticket and got the fuck on down the road. And even though I agree that you can't hold court in the middle of the street, the reality of this is, if I think I'm in the right, you goddamn right, I'm at least gonna say something. These police are public servants, bitch. I pay you. You don't pay me. You police don't pay me, I pay you. Your job is to serve me. My job isn't to serve you. So you goddamn right. People that are public servants, that's entire job is funded by my tax dollars. You goddamn right, I'm gonna question some shit if I'm in the right. Doesn't mean he's got a bad attitude. It just means that he wants to know what the fuck's going on. And he's completely respectful through this entire process. There's nothing about what he just did that was disrespectful at all.
Do you have the registration and insurance?
Just so we get that shit straight.
Let me just get this for you out.
You what?
I'm just gonna get this out for you.
Okay.
So would you explain that to me a little bit further? So in Pennsylvania, when you're stuck like in their intersection, you have to make the left. So what would the appropriate thing for me to have done been? Just
You're
back
not
up in that
supposed to
situation?
block an intersection like that in Washington, so just by you blocking the intersection, that's technically a ticketable.
And by the way, that's just some Washington shit. In almost every state that I've ever lived in, you could pull off like at a yellow light, and once you're in the middle of the intersection, then you make the left. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever the situation may be, right? I'm just being honest with you. Anybody that's ever driven a goddamn car, how many times have you been caught in the middle of the intersection for whatever reason? Maybe the person in front of you was slow making their left. How many of you have ever been caught in the middle intersection when the light switches from yellow to red, but you're already in the middle? You can't back up. You can't back up.
Violation, and then you're running a red light, so it's another ticketable offense. So you're not supposed to proceed into the intersection until you can go, because a lot of people do what you just did, right? Is like you're sitting in the intersection waiting, and then turns, and then you're blocking. So
yeah, there was a little bit of confusion with speeding because someone had stopped. I wasn't sure what they were doing, and then they put on their light to turn. So I thought that maybe they were letting me go through.
Oh.
And by the way, yes, he's trying to talk himself out of a ticket. And it worked because he knows what he's talking about. He sounds articulate.
No.
Yeah, like right before I made the turn, there was someone who like made a right.
He's pleading his case, which is good.
They were just waiting.
Yeah, so I would just advise just don't enter the intersection until you can go, so you don't get stuck. Let's see.
But in that situation, the best thing to do then would be back up and not.
I don't know if there's a best thing to do in that situation, because you're either going to back up into somebody, or you're going to run a red light. So, or you're going to be sitting in an intersection.
Yeah.
There's not really a great option there.
Yeah, I was just slightly into the crosswalk, so. You know, yeah, where I'm from Pennsylvania, we actually don't have like crosswalks.
Oh.
So even if you're kind of slightly, there's a little bit more leeway as well. Like there are a few lines. Like there's one white line and there's another one in front. Like there's like a certain margin from which you can actually kind of put your vehicle, place your vehicle.
Yeah. So I know laws vary state to state, but there is a law in Washington for blocking an intersection like that, proceeding through when you don't. When you're just stalling. I forget the actual verbiage. I can find it for you, but it's like stalling, blocking an intersection.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the law. I don't mean to.
Oh no, yeah, I can find it for you. Yeah. One second. That looks.
By the way, for all you motherfuckers that said that look at the look in Bryan Kohberger's eyes. How many of you people saw that same look when he got pulled over with his dad and said, that look means he's guilty, JB? You see that he had the same look in his eyes prior to the killings even happening. What do you got to say about that shit now? The same bug-eyed Bert and Ernie, what is it, Bert? Is it Bert? Yeah, hello, Bert. Yeah, I think it's Bert. The same Bert, look. That's him. It's not because he was guilty. It's just him. It's how he looks. He's bug-eyed. It's just that simple.
I don't see Pennsylvania registration like at all. Okay, let's see. Expires November 22nd.
No, he does have big bushy eyebrows. I'll give you that.
And
Yeah, one of those is actually.
yeah, okay, that looks good. I'll hand that back to you. I'm just gonna go check your info. I'll try to find that RCW, the law for you, and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So I found it. So I don't know what in Pennsylvania where you go to find laws, but in Washington it's called the Revised Code of Washington. So I'll try to turn my brightness up, but it's just called an RCW. So it's RCW 46.61.202. So it's no driver shall enter an intersection unless there is significant space on the other side of the intersection. To accommodate the vehicle he is operating without obstructing the passage of other vehicles, despite any traffic control signal indications to proceed. So you had a green light, so you're thinking you can go, but you're blocking the intersection. Yeah. So that's, if you're ever curious in any laws in Washington, just Revised Code of Washington. So I'm not writing a ticket or anything like that today. I understand you're from Pennsylvania.
Victory!
But in the future, don't proceed through the intersection. You can't get stopped for that alone, unless you can clearly just clear it right away.
Okay.
So
then basically, I understand.
You're just supposed to wait behind the white line. Drivers do it all the time, but
it never even occurred to me that was actually something wrong. But well, except for the fact that I was blocking the crosswalk, which is what I went through.
And states vary a lot from laws. Like Pennsylvania might not even have that law, but in Washington we do.
I'm actually just from a very rural area, so we just don't have crosswalks.
Oh.
Unless I visit an area where there are crosswalks, and then it's not very frequent.
Yeah.
I do apologize if I was asking you too many questions about the law. I wasn't trying to
No, not at all. Like I understand you're not from here, so if you don't, a lot of people don't know.
Listen, if you didn't think Bryan Kohberger, if Bryan Kohberger wasn't a suspect in a murder case, every single person here would look at Bryan Kohberger and say, that's a nice stand-up kid. He's got a master's. He's going for his PhD. Every single one of you would say that's a stand-up individual. Am I lying? Name one thing negative about Bryan Kohberger right now. Eliminate the fact that you think he might have killed 4 people. The dude is a respectful young man with an education. He's on his way to doing big things in life.
Laws, like I only know it because this is what I do. But yeah, if you're ever curious on any more laws, RCW, and they can be hard to read because it's in like legal language. But hope that helps.
Definitely.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Thank you for watching. Go to
I
newsnationnow.com.
didn't say shit. I hate the way that they word shit, right? Police release video of Kohberger apartment search. Let's check this one out.
Yeah. Police department search warrant. Come to the door.
This is after they arrested him. This is after he's already been arrested.
Police department search warrant. Come to the door.
Ooh.
Good. One more. Police department search warrant. Come to the door. Open the door and do an announcement. Police department, show yourself. We have a search warrant for the building. Police department, show yourself. You're good, dude. Go back inside. Yep. No lights. No lights. Flashlights? Flashlights.
So they redacted a lot of this, I believe. They redacted a good portion of this.
All right, so here's what's fascinating. They
Tell
go
us.
in with all of their body cams,
Ooh.
and when they sent us the video after a Freedom of Information request, guess what? I know you already know what I'm about to say. They actually redacted it. They turned most of that searching inside the apartment, all of it, in fact, into black video with no audio at all. So we cannot see inside the apartment. But remember this video?
None of your goddamn business what was in the video. What was in the
It was
apartment.
exclusive for News Nation. We were standing outside the apartment as they were hauling all the goods out. All of the evidence that they removed from Bryan Kohberger's apartment, this was what it looked like right after they had executed that warrant. There is one thing, though, that they did not redact that I want to play for you right now, and it is so telling.
Oh, is
a
it?
detail that, once again, sent shivers down my spine.
Oh, shivers.
They talk about when they were in the apartment.
Tell me about
One
the
of
shivers.
the doors inside the apartment is locked. Can you guess which one? Let's roll the tape so you can hear
Tell
it.
us.
Talbot. The bedroom door is locked. He wants to boot it.
Yeah. You need anything? Your clipboard?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
He's got it. Thank you, guys.
Just the one locked door?
Yeah. And we didn't boot it because the keys actually worked. What?
Oh, sweet. Oh, even better.
It's locked because there's only one lock.
Later today, we're gonna.
I'll talk later. Yeah.
I'm just gonna do a quick walkthrough, see what we can see. Are there lights on in there?
There are some. Yeah. And we can turn them all on. Very sparse. Fancy computer.
Really? Good.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. That I wasn't expecting. Mallory's gonna be all over that.
Fancy.
So he was told he could do a triage here, and then once he packed it, he can't do anything until we get a warrant in Idaho for it.
Correct.
So he can triage it while we're still here.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Talking about the bedroom door. Bryan Kohberger's bedroom door was locked.
Oh.
Bryan Kohberger wasn't there. Why would his bedroom door be locked?
Because he wasn't there, bitch. When do people lock? They're dumb people. You're big fucking dummies. When do you lock your doors? When you're not there. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate this bitch.
Just kind of defies logic, doesn't it?
No,
I'm going to
not
talk to
at
Brian
all.
Hinton about that in a moment, but I wanted to tell you some court
Fucking
documents
dummy.
also dropped today. 166 pages. Apparently, the testing for blood on the pillowcases and the mattress, presumptive test for blood.
Oh,
That's
no.
what the chemical tests said. Chemical testing
Oh,
for
no.
blood. Not just reddish brown stains or on the uncased pillow and mattress cover. Presumptive testing for blood. Also, they released new floor plans of Bryan Kohberger's apartment number 201. And the big
There's
news,
nothing here.
They also released a trespass order. Washington.
Yes, they trespassed him from Washington State University because you motherfuckers are telling everybody he's a murderer. There's blood on his pillows. The dude's 28. He's probably had acne or something. Come on, man. Nosebleed, anything. I've said this a million times. I earned my Red Wings a long time ago. If you pull up the sheet and you look at my mattress, it will look like Kaylee Gonsalves' mattress. One of them mattresses that came out the Idaho 4 house. Guarantee you. I'm a nasty motherfucker, and I do nasty shit with nasty bitches. Let's go ahead, continue.
State University effectively said on the 30th, the day of the arrests, the day of this warrant, Bryan Kohberger, you may never step foot on this campus again.
Oh.
It is officially going to be trespass. I want to get right to Brian.
I can't wait till he sues all you motherfuckers.
First of all, I want to get your thoughts on all of this, but also the fact that we're hearing Bryan Kohberger's voice, Brian, for such an extended period of time in what seems to be like a polite debate.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, where do we even begin with all of this? There's so much to talk about, Ashley. 166 pages, documents released.
And no, it wasn't a polite debate. He was asking the cops what the fuck he did wrong and how he can prevent himself from doing wrong again.
In the last couple of hours in that video that you obtained. The voice I found probably to be the most interesting in all of it. I had only heard him say a couple of, words in court in the past.
This ain't news. Reporting that Bryan Kohberger has a voice box is not fucking news. Yes, he's got a voice like every other human on the fucking planet.
Really complete full sentences
Cocksuckers.
before. You know, I've heard a lot of people say that they think that he sounds condescending. Is he condescending? Is he monotone? Is he just an awkward? We've heard he's socially awkward in the past.
He was just a regular dude asking
He
questions.
went back and forth with the officer. She really kept her cool. And like you said, even went back and looked up the law and gave him all
Well, of course she kept her cool, because it's her fucking job to keep her cool, and he kept his cool as well. I hate you fucking people.
information he was asking.
Why don't you? I hope the first person that Bryan Kohberger sues is News Nation. I swear to God. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you fucking people?
For, but I couldn't figure out, and maybe you have some insight into this, actually, like, was he being condescending, or is this just his awkward personality?
There was nothing awkward about it.
To know the details of the law, it was very, very strange.
Look, dummy, he's a criminology student. His passion is law. You're such a dummy. Do you think he was being condescending, or do you think he just really wanted to know about the law? Jesus, genius. Judging off his studies, I would imagine he wanted to know about the law. God damn, I hate these people.
Well, I can tell you this. I spoke with Steve Gonsalves tonight.
Who gives a fuck?
And I asked him what he made of this interaction with the police officer. And Steve Gonsalves' exact words were he was respectful, but also quite awkward. Just exactly what you just said. Yeah. I also want to tell you what he said about the warrant and the locked bedroom door. These are Steve Gonsalves' words, Brian. He said, quote, "My thought is, why would you need to lock a door to your own room in an apartment that isn't shared, unless you're worried the landlord might enter when you're not home and get into your room?" Again, those are the words of Kaylee Gonsalves' father, Steve Gonsalves, of course.
Well, that's exactly why you would lock the door. Ain't that it? And Steve Gonsalves is right. That's exactly why you would do it. I know I've done it when I lived in apartments. That does not mean you murdered people just because you don't want people to have access to your room.
Kaylee, one of the victims alleged to have been murdered. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com.
But I do want you to understand. The empty bedroom in his 2-bedroom apartment was locked by WSU Housing. Maybe if Ashley Banfield would just do a little journalism, just a little bit of, just a little bit of journalism, little bit of researching. So I know based on my experience that WSU Housing often secures any rooms in an apartment not being leased. Let me go ahead and take this down here. Not being leased. In this apartment, there are 2 bedrooms and only 1 subject on the lease. It is for this reason. I believe there was no one residing in the room and it has not been accessed by the resident of the apartment. All crime scene logs, photographs, filming, and collection was done by the Idaho crime scene. Banfield, maybe you should try some goddamn journalism. Maybe you should be as good. Shout out to Sleuthie. Ashley Banfield couldn't lace Sleuthie's boots. That's the reality. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this. This is just a bunch of nothing, let's be honest. Yes, they got some DNA. They did all that. We got the band. Well, by the way, we do got some interesting shit because Ann Taylor is wanting all of that shit. They're going to try to get this case thrown out. But of course, all the anti-Kohberger people, the anti-constitutional people, the anti-law people who just want to hang Bryan Kohberger, they're going to sit here and tell you, oh, there was blood in Bryan Kohberger's pillows. That must mean he killed people. You ain't never had blood on your pillows. You ain't never had a nosebleed. You ain't never had, That's weird. That you automatically jump to conclusion just because there's a blood stain or a blood DNA. We don't even know if it's a stain. We don't know what it is. Look, man, love you guys. I'm going to get up out of here. If you want a sports channel, you know how to do it. Hit the links down below. Let me know what you think about all this. At the end of the day, there's a lot going on. I'll read over the 166 pages. I'll do all that good shit, and I'll be back with another video sometime later, or I don't fucking know. I'm hungover. Let me know what you guys think, though, man. It's just this constant barrage on Bryan Kohberger, and he isn't. Every piece of evidence we've ever seen from Kohberger, he seems respectable, respectful, seems like a good dude. I think y'all got the wrong guy. I think y'all got the wrong guy. It's that simple. Prove me wrong. Love y'all. I'm thejbgunner. This is Crime Time. I'm getting the fuck up out of here.